Hello everyone, welcome back to Niner TED Talk. I'm Chan, I'm joined with
Key and Ian.
And today we're talking about, or further discussing about, Oracle's acquisition of TikTok, and it occurred last month in January. So what is the purpose and the potential problems this has? So the purpose for the acquisition is obviously that it was first ByteDance, which was based in China territory, and US had concerns that what were they doing with US data and US information. So now the purpose of, or the problem with this is Oracle has access to the algorithms and TikTok. So what are the potential downsides now, and are there any downsides? Are they influencing the algorithm, and do the users know about it? And I'll hand it off to Ian to discuss more about that.
Yes. So from assumptions that are made so far is that in TikTok, our data is being controlled by Oracle, the company that bought TikTok early this year. And with these assumptions made that we don't know what's happening behind the scenes on TikTok, and with that data being sold and been taken away, we don't know what's happening. And an assumption would be, for me personally, is that I don't know what's going on behind the scenes, but they know what's going on behind the scenes, who runs the company. And for everything that's been made about it so far, it's a lot to go on. I'll hand it off to Key.
Yes, so TikTok has revealed that in their end of year report that they had over 1 billion users, and that is a lot of data that we should be concerned about how they're being used, who they're being used for, and how safe is it. And so some examples of these data that could be stored: personal information, your name, age, gender, and then also data regarding your algorithm. So would you watch, how many reels, what type of reels you like, and all of that information could be useful for certain other companies to profit off of. So I'll hand it back to Chan to talk about.
Yeah, thank you, Key, for that. And so why does this matter? It's because TikTok is one of the most famous platforms, social media platforms, and so it has a mass number of users, especially if you're looking at teens and early adults. It's important for them to know where the data is being stored and how it's being stored, and whether that's private information being stored or the private information safe. And that's the main concern: is there awareness that their data is safe, or there does need to be more proof that it needs to be safe? Because right now there is no clear-cut way of saying the data is safe, or if it's being used, as Key said, personal information, family member names, and all those personal and sensitive data. So I hand it off to Ian.
Yes. So who benefits from this? Me personally, I would say the company that runs TikTok, which is Oracle, benefits the most because they're in control of all of our data and who's using it inside the US. And with that benefit, they have ultimate supreme authority over the platform. And with that benefit as well, we don't know what's going on behind the scenes. So I also answer who's harmed by this would be us, the users. Like, for example, me, I use the app almost every single day to watch videos, and I'm not sure what's going on behind the scenes with that harm. And I'll hand it off to Key for last questions.
Yes, so the impacts. So some of the impacts that we can see right now are not really physical. They're really in your TikTok, in the algorithms, in how they are being used. So all these data can be used to track current trends or current mindsets, and Oracle has insight into all of that. And all of those data is really valuable to those companies who may want to recognize user patterns, user thinking, and capitalize off of that. But more of the physical effects could be the information of how they're being attached to you. So information like your address, or even more dangerous information that should be more private, such as payment methods that you use if you ever shopped off TikTok Shop. And all of those information is at risk because we don't really have any transparent audit of the safety, the storage, and the usage of these data that we should really know about, because it's our data. And I will let Chan finish off.
Yeah, thank you, Key. So yeah, next time you guys use TikTok, really think about where your data is being stored and whether that's impactful or not. And yeah, we'll see you guys next week on Niner TED Talk. Thank you, guys.